Breaking news from today is that Kyle Busch's family told us that he passed away from pneumonia complicated by sepsis. And as an orthopedic surgeon, this hits me a little bit different. Here's why. In my world, pneumonia is one of the top 3 most common causes for death following a hip fracture. And the reason for that is immobilization, injury, and being unable to clear secretions, pain medication. It's a long list. In athletes, it has a lot to do with these superhuman efforts that they put in. So, for example, as a racer, Kyle Busch would be in a race car experiencing G-forces that press on your chest and cause you to have difficulty with breathing. That can cause problems in the chest itself, but you also have this effort that you expend, and so your body's in recovery mode. And if you're not doing all the right recovery things, your immune system goes down, and you can't fight infections as well. We see pneumonia for both reasons. We see it in the elderly as a complication of surgery, and we see it in young athletes as a complication of not adequate recovery, and oftentimes they are able to compensate because their body is in such good shape until they can't. And what happened, from our understanding, is 2 weeks ago, Kyle Busch felt ill. He was treated. He didn't really feel great, but he was compensating. He was still racing last weekend. And then in a training event, he got much, much sicker very quickly and was admitted and passed away. And that is how fast pneumonia can turn into sepsis. And that is scary for us in medicine, because it's a very deadly thing when it happens. What I want you to take away from this is, if you've had orthopedic surgery and you have postoperative shortness of breath, coughing, getting worse, any fevers, chills, things like that, talk to your physician or be evaluated in the emergency room. It could save your life.
Condolences to the Busch family, but thinking about what she's talking about from her medical perspective, it sounds like it's almost like the CTE for the NFL. Because to think about race car drivers, the amount of G-forces when they're training to when they're actually in the race, like, how does that affect them? And it has to affect them very greatly. The amount of G-forces that they're faced with impacting their body. Like, I had a friend that I went to high school with, that I graduated with, that nearly died from the same thing, from the same pneumonia and sepsis, but not from the same causes. But to think about how many race car drivers are impacted by what she's talking about. Yeah, it's sad.